Hi everyone, Barry here from Mitosu Crafts. Thank you for joining me today, and thank you for joining me for the Stamp Around UK video hop. The theme for this month is new annual catalogue inspiration. So basically it's an opportunity for all of us to show you some lovely new products from the new annual catalogue. So if you haven't seen it already, this here is the front cover of the annual catalogue. So it's available from May 2021 to April 2022. And the products I have decided to share with you today is the Elegantly Said stamp set with the Elegant Tag Punch from the Simply Elegant suite. So it can be found on page 68 and 69 of the new annual catalogue. It's a beautiful set. It's really, really pretty. The papers are gorgeous. Really, they've got some nice foiling in them as well. Quite masculine, so which is quite nice. It's even though it's floral, it can be, I think it's quite universal and can be used. It's very masculine style card as well. So I'm really going to have some fun playing with this one. So this is the product right here. So as mentioned, so Elegantly Said stamp set with the Elegant Tag Punch. But the star of the show, I think, for this one here is the Designer Series paper. So this is the paper pack. So this is the Simply Elegant Speciality Designer Series paper pack. So you get 12 pieces of 12 by 12 paper in here, and you get these patterns. So you get some, these are non-foiled side. So you get this one right here. See what I mean? They're quite manly. The colours are manly. Even these ones here, I think, will be suitable for a manly card. This one's just lovely. This one and this one here. But the magic is behind. Let's wait for it. Ta-da! Isn't that amazing? Don't you just love the foil? So you've got the bronze, silver and gold foiling on here with your basic black. So that's one. You've got this one, which is your grey and gold. You're going to have your white and gold. Grey, silver, gold. This one also looks very Christmassy, I think, as well. So I think this will make a really nice, elegant Christmas card. You've got your black, very vanilla and gold on there. And then you've got your white, gold, bronze and silver on that one. So you've got some really, really lovely patterns on here. And I think this one steals a show, especially this one here. Just look at it, it's just wow. So this is the one which I'm actually going to be using tonight. I think this is going to be very popular with a lot of people, this particular pattern. All of them are going to be really popular, but this one in particular I think is going to be amazing. So I can say this is the one I'm going to be using. Not actually going to be using much of it, but it packs a punch. So, which is good. So I'm going to crack on. Show you how to make the card. So it is a diagonal gatefold card, which I'm going to show you how to create today. Yeah, so sit back, relax, enjoy, and let's get started. So first things first, you're going to need to take yourself some basic grey paper or cardstock. So this is measuring 21 centimeters by 14.6 or 8 1/4 by 5 3/4. Okay, and we're going to score this at 7 and 14 centimeters or 2 got my measurements here, 2 3/4 and 5 1/2. And all we're going to do is we're just going to create ourselves 3 panels. So that's going to be 7, 14, 21. So that will then create your fold of your card. Then what we want to do is we then want to score this diagonally. So we want to score this from this corner to this corner here and this corner to this corner. So the best thing to do, if you've got one of the Stampin' Up trimmers here, is line that score line up with a groove in the middle and then line the point end with the groove down here. Close the arm, make sure your blade is out of the way, and then bring your scorer and then go down like that. Okay. And then do exactly the same, line the score line up in the groove and the point in with the groove and then the score line in with the groove down here. And then score 3. Okay. So that there is your card. Now, just a little bit of advice for you. It's just how I would do it. I would decorate the card and keep this all flat to start off with. If you start folding and burnishing now, it just makes the decoration side of things a little bit harder. So just bear that in mind when you come to do this. You can fold and burnish now if you want to, but if you want to, then just wait and we can do it all at the end, which is what I am going to do for this particular card. Okay, so you would also need to take yourself 2 pieces here measuring 6.4 centimetres by 14 centimetres, or that's 2.5 inches by 5.5 inches. You'll need 2 pieces like so. You would also need another piece here measuring 5.5 centimetres by 12.8, or that is 2 1/8 of an inch by 5 inches. That's that one. And we will need a piece for the inside for our sentiment. So this is measuring 6.7 centimetres by 14.3, or that is 2 5/8 of an inch by 5 5/8 of an inch. So that's that one. And then we've got a piece here for our sentiment. So this is going to be the front, and this is what we're going to be using the tag here. Okay, so this just needs to be as long as you want it to be, because we're going to be cutting a lot of it down, but it needs to be 1 3/4 of an inch wide. Then that one there is the width of the punch, like this. So we can then go pop it in and we can do some stuff. So it needs to be at least 1 3/4 of an inch wide. Length doesn't really matter. Probably how long have I got that one there? 4 inches, but we're going to be cutting that down to size, so something so you can hold on to. What we're going to do is I am going to prepare my center element first. So for my sentiment, this is going to be the inside, and I'm going to be using the corner piece right here, as well as the wishing you a wonderful birthday stamp. What I'm going to do is I want to stamp my sentiment in the center of this, and I'm going to be using the basic grey ink so it coordinates with the cardstock, and I will then just stamp that sentiment in the middle of my card like that. Okay, and then what I want to do is I then want to then pop just a little bit of decoration on this. I don't need to do all of this, but I will get all of it done pretty much. But if I don't get this part done at the end here, it's not a major issue. And then I want to then just have a little bit coming in the top corner like that. And then I can also do the same for the bottom corner as well. Doesn't that look lovely? Look at the detail on that. It's absolutely amazing. So that's ready to now get stuck onto the inside of the card. So we can then stick that onto the inside right now. Then what we want to do is we want to then take these 2 pieces. So I want to take my silver foil, and I want to take the smaller piece which we cut out of the designer series paper, and we need to cut these diagonally. Okay, so we need to make sure that what we do here is that we cut it in the diagonal. So we want to be going from corner to corner here, and then the same corner to corner here, because if we do it the opposite way round, it's not going to fit around. So it all depends on if you followed it the way that I've done it, you want to cut it the same way. So from corner bottom left to top right, okay, on both pieces. So all we want to do is, like what we did with the scoring, line up the corner to corner in the track here, and then cut through, and that's those 2 pieces there. And then we do exactly the same with the designer series paper. So corner to corner, line it up in the track. Now, just as a little tip for you, I haven't mentioned this already, but just as a little tip, I always bring my blade down so it starts in the middle of the paper, because that way it doesn't catch, because you're going to be starting on a very small part up here. If you bring it down, you run the risk of it snagging. So if you are getting this snagging, just bring it down into the middle, pop it down, and then cut up and cut down, and then you won't get these snagged corner parts. Okay, so a little bit of a tip for you. Once you've done that, we can then stick these together. So you can see now we've got ourselves a nice border here, and that can go on like that, and that can go on like that one there. What I would say is I will use some of the Stampin' Seal for this, as well as some glue, just to give me an instant adhesion. So at least I can pop some Stampin' Seal down in the middle, just so I get instant stick. Because it's going on foil, it doesn't always, it takes a bit of time to dry up. So to give me an instant stick, but to give me a good permanent stick, I will use Tombow. So I didn't push it down straight away. I used the glue to give me a bit of wiggle room. Then once I was happy, I then push it down where the Stampin' Seal is. That gives me an instant stick, allowing that now to just dry up quite nicely. Do it's actually the same for this one right here. That's those two pieces are done there. So they can then get stuck onto that side and that side right here. Good, so you should have something which resembles this by now. All right, so we're just going to let that just stick and get ready, and then what we're going to do is we're going to do some diagonal cutting on this piece right here now. Now, this piece is going to be going onto the back side of stuff, so we're going to be turning this over, and we're going to be doing this on the back side now, on these two pieces right here. So again, now remember we've got the diagonals of now, so on these two pieces right here. So remember now the diagonals are the opposite way to how we cut it last time. So this is now how we need to cut this piece as well. So instead of going from, that's from bottom left to top right, we're going to be going bottom right to top left now. Okay, so that's those two pieces, and we can go ahead and we can stick those two down right now. So that's what that should look like now, and then you've got the front side right here. Okay, so I'm just going to pop that to one side whilst that just dries, and then what we're going to do is we are going to then do the sentiment side of things now. So remember, this is a piece which we got here, so it was a bit of very vanilla, and it was measuring 1 3/4 of an inch wide by about 4 inches long. And what I want to do is I want to pop this in my punch, and we can then, because it's the same thickness, we can then put it through. Okay, and then we'll have it in like that. Get that nice and straight, and then just punch one in. So that's how you can get to elongate your punch. Okay, so good. Then what we want to do is I want to then stamp this, and I want to stamp for you. Same thing, I'm going to do this in the basic grey ink. And I will then just stamp this in the center right here. Just like that. And then I'm going to take one of these, one of the patterns here, so the florally pattern, technical terms there, I know. And then we will then do this on either side of here. So one there. And one there. And then what we would do, pop this back in the punch. Now this is quite nice, it's probably going to fit in here quite nicely. You actually might want a slightly longer than 4-inch piece if you're struggling with this, but that's not an issue. I'm just going to bring it down, I'll position it in place, and then once I'm happy with that, I can then punch out. So maybe a 4.5-inch piece will give you a little bit more flexibility. And then we have got ourselves a double-edged punch. So it's just another way you can use this punch. So that's going to be ready for the decoration here. So that's going to be going on the side over this side. So we're going to need some dimensionals. And we're going to use the mini dimensionals here. So I want to pop a piece here on the top bit and kind of like on this side right there. So I can do that now, but I won't stick that down just yet. So that's how I've done mine. Okay, but just gauge it depending on what punch you're using. If you're using the same punch, then that's how I would do it. Now, the fun part, we can now construct this. So all it is we want to fold this one in on itself, like we would do an ordinary card, and then this one in on itself, like that. And then we then fold that one back on itself, there, and then this one back on itself, like that. And that there is your diagonal gatefold. To finish this off, what we want to do, now this is where the odd part looks. It just looks, you're going against all of your natural instincts here. Take your dimensionals off and pop that, almost put this round as if you're looking at this card the correct way, and then you can then pop that in the center like so. Obviously it's going to look like that, but once you open it up, it is the correct way round for inside that card. So there we go. So there is my diagonal gatefold card for the Stamp Around UK video hop. I hope you've enjoyed that. So everyone else who is part of the hop, links can be found down below in the description. So please go ahead and hop along with everyone else. Leave some comments, let us know what you think as well, and you're going to get lots and lots of inspiration with lots and lots of new products from the new catalogue. Like I say, and I have used the the Elegantly Said bundle or stamp set with the elegant punch with the designer series paper as well, which is the Simply Elegant Speciality designer series paper for this one right here. How beautiful is that? So good. So I hope you've enjoyed. Like I said, hop along with everyone else down below in the description. Links to our online shops can also be found down below in the description if you would like to purchase anything you have seen used throughout the entire hop or in other videos. You can shop with us, and please remember to use the current host code as well if you do, and that way it allows us to send you a little thank you card and a little gift as well. So great. Thank you very much for watching. We will see you again very soon. Keep an eye out for next month for the next Stamp Around UK video hop. See you later. Bye-bye. Bye.